Sorry about the creep voice. It's been an awesome weekend though. A lot of stuff went down. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, so it should be fun. What's up, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages? I swear I'm not the road dog Jesse James. I'm your good friend Corey Elijah, and this is the Mission 3 podcast. Yes, Play Legit's premier transmission for gaming and real talk. And it's been a very, very big weekend for gaming and real talk, I'd say, because, I mean, the topics that we have today, not only do they, zero in on gaming, but of course they expand into other conversations as well, especially with our third mission, D23. We'll be talking about all of the gaming aspects of D23, of course, but then we'll probably spend a little bit of time on some of the other stuff, like all of the cool Infinity War stuff that's gone on. There's a lot of news. We'll get into that. But before I do, I want to introduce my co-hosts. I'm here with KJ and Haggy. What's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
How's it going?
I'm doing splendid. It's been a great weekend. Were you guys excited with all the cool stuff that went down? There's been tons of D23 news, of course. If you guys have been online,
all that. But I just want to say real quick, this is off topic, but it needs to be said. Everybody go see War for the Planet of the Apes. You got to do it. That movie is fantastic. I'm talking Oscar level good, guys. And I said that. You heard it here, man. Go see it. I give my highest recommendation.
Oscar de la Hoya. Good.
Does that mean Andy Serkis is finally going to get something?
He should have had something a long time ago, so I hope that finally this is it, because he put on a very good performance. As always, I mean, nothing's new. It's time. Get the man his gold.
True that. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I have to go check it out. I actually saw Spider-Man Homecoming this week. I know I'm a little late, but, I don't like to go when all the cool kids want me to go. I go and, nerd it out in, not a small theater, but a small group of people. I went with my girl and enjoyed it, and I definitely enjoyed it, but don't take my opinion. Stop by playlegit.net and check out our Spider-Man Homecoming review. Definitely a good review, very thorough. Our own C-Mac the Don posted that up there for us, so make sure you check that out. And of course, we have a Bubsy review up on the site as well. You got to check out Bubsy.
You have to, man. He's coming back for a reason. That's what everybody wanted.
Exactly. Maybe. Check out the review. See our opinion. Miss Throwback put that up there for us. She always has an honest opinion. She's been doing this for a while. She puts it in for Play Legit. So make sure you check that out. And see what we think. And maybe, if you got a Super Nintendo, go back, revisit it. Unfortunately, Bubsy's not going to be on the NES Classic or the SNES Classic or the SNES Mini that comes out in
what
September,
a tragedy.
So. But, if you have a Super Nintendo, you could probably find it for like 35 cents online. And
the problem was Bubsy was too big for the Super Nintendo Mini. You understand that? He was just too good of a character and too good of a game to be on there, to be associated with those other games.
And while you're up on the site, you might as well, take a look around. As you can see up on the screen here, we have a new layout on the site. We're doing it big. We got a new high def logo up there for you guys. Just trying to keep it fresh for everybody out there. New look on playlegit.net. Same great content. Woo! You hear the horns though? So make sure you check it out. It's nice. It's easily accessible for everybody out there. Scroll through, check out all of the articles. There's tons of great content up there. We have individual missions from the Mission 3 podcast. Check out the full podcast there as well. Also, tons of reviews, reactions, responses. We got Gremlick popping his head in and out every once in a while. Like, there's tons of content on playlegit.net. So, we appreciate you guys checking out the podcast. Go to the site, check out all the other amazing work we have there as well. But with that said, are you guys ready to get into tonight's episode?
Yes.
Raise the lever, let's do this.
All right, let's do this. Well, we do appreciate everybody out there for voting in our poll. Every week we do have an agent's requested mission, and typically whenever you vote, whichever gets the most votes, we will do that mission. Tonight we are doing things a little differently, as you probably know if you're a watcher of the show, a viewer of the show, I should say. Knowledge is here most nights. Haggy steps in a lot of the time though too. Haggy is clutch, always there to help us out whenever we need him. But Knowledge is typically here. So we all got together and we decided, hey, we're gonna do a live review episode. So we all picked a game, and that whichever game was the victor, that would have the live review. So Ghost Recon won, and that was going to be Knowledge's game, but Knowledge unfortunately was not able to make it tonight. So me nor KJ were prepared for a different review, and of course we weren't going to just be like, Haggy, you have to do a live review just in the last 15 minutes or however much time we had him on standby with him being able to do the show. So what we're doing is we're gonna go with who came in second place, and that happened to be the title that I selected, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. So for our second mission tonight, I will be doing a live Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 review, and this is a note-free review that I'm going to be doing. I have an iPad here, but there are no notes for this review here. It's an actual real life live review. I played the entire game, have all of the DLC, put in plenty of hours in the game, so it should be cool. It'll be fun. Here, if you're new to the show, this is the Mission 3 podcast. We have 3 missions each night. We have 10 minutes to complete everything that we have to say. Otherwise, the mission is incomplete. If we get everything out before the 10 minutes, the mission is complete. At the end of the show, we tally things up, and we decide if it was a good show or not. If it was a good show, we pat each other on the back. If it's a bad show, then we pat each other on the back. Maybe one day, yeah. Who knows, we'll come up with some, crazy thing that happens where someone gets slimed or something if we fail all of the missions. But as of right now, we're just doing the back pats. So we're gonna go into the missions. Our agent requested missions, always the second mission. So we're gonna go in order. First mission, agent request, mission 3, and the broadcast out. So starting us off, we are gonna be going into EVO 2017. I know KJ has a bunch to say about this, so we are gonna go ahead and let him kick this off for us. Timer is going to start whenever you're ready. Mission starts now.
So, EVO, it's always been a great event to see the best fighters in the world compete. Always been enjoyable to watch the streams on Twitch. And shout out to everybody who participated in this year's EVO. Anybody who made the trip. I usually have one of my boys that usually makes his way down there. I'm not sure if he did this year, but he definitely was there last year. But so that community I love watching you guys. Big time EVO fan. And one of the big reveals, and that's what they do a lot nowadays, is they reveal fighting game stuff at EVO. And, you're not just playing games that we know about. You're also seeing some new stuff, new characters. But there's a game that was announced by Eureka, the developers of Street Fighter EX, that was shown earlier in the year, and it was deemed an April Fool's joke. But I thought to myself, there's no way this is an April Fool's joke. The gameplay looks so good. The graphics look fantastic. If you ask me, the visuals look like Street Fighter V, but even better. Like if they had worked on Street Fighter V a lot longer, like they put some more time into it and then released it, that's what the game looks like to me. Now, it doesn't have an official title. It's a mystery. It's up in the air, but it's going to have EX, I think, in the title because they kept flashing the words EX on all the stuff that I've seen. And also, there's a couple of characters that were in EX that I think Eureka personally owned. That's why you didn't really see them in any other properties. And that one of them is Skullomania. So if anybody remember playing as him in the EX, so you're going to see him in this game, this untitled game. And I really look forward to this big time. It's coming out early next year, like a lot of these fighting experiences early. next year. Big time hype for it. Don't know the name for it. If you guys want to leave a comment below, just let's make up names during the show because I gotta play that joint, man.
So, out of all the titles that people were competing in, what was maybe your favorite title? What were some of your favorite matches?
Yeah, my favorite. Just anytime anybody's playing Tekken 7 would be enjoyable for me to see, just because I just button mash on that. I'm not really the best at Tekken, so but seeing people that know what the hell they're doing is really cool. And one of the biggest, my favorite character reveal was I know we had it later on planned, but I just gotta let it out because I'm wearing the hat, damn it, from the franchise Fatal Fury. Is the announcement of Geese Howard coming to Tekken 7 in winter of 2017. So this winter, this year, that was definitely a surprising choice, but I think it's pretty cool, and just how they shoved him into the world, and like his stage looked really good in this game. In Tekken 7 just looks so fantastic, and I can just see that all these guest characters, they're just putting extra time into it. They're really calculated, to put Akuma in Tekken 7, that alone, like that was crazy. But yeah, now Geese, so I wonder who's next. And also they're doing a Blaze Blue game, they announced, and it's a crossover. And what, Persona's in there? Ruby, World of Ruby. No, somebody else is in there too.
Yeah, the name escapes me, but yeah, there's definitely a fourth, and apparently it's a big deal.
I just wish they would have had Guilty Gear in there, but I guess since a lot of the characters fight very similar in Blaze Blue to it, maybe that's why I didn't do it. But I would have liked to have had some Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear crossover action, really. But it is what it is. And what they showed in Street Fighter V was Abigail, and he is basically a boss fighter that you run into in Final Fight. And so it was cool to see that level recreated with the visuals we have now. It's a treat. And I also heard the remix music from Final Fight. And it's just really cool that, I would really like a new Final Fight, guys. But if we can't get a new Final Fight, this is some type of nice substitute. So Abigail in the game. But I will agree with the internet. The character model is kind of garbage, though. They probably could have did a little bit better work on that character model.
I mean, he looks all right, although his sheer size worries me. Like, I don't know how you would properly balance that properly.
Yeah, they're probably not. And they also announced, of course, my man, Future Trunks for Dragon Ball Fighter Z. You got to have him in the game, but it's still good to hear the confirmation and to see him in action doing his, y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't got to say nothing.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like Kermit the Frog move, except not flaily. It's just precise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the fact that the game has, like, the animations of the game, they're, like, directly from, like, the anime or directly from the manga, and they're bringing it all to life. It looks so dope. Trunks with the sword, that was a great reveal, I have to admit, too. My only fear is they're not going to have that many characters in the game.
Yeah, I think that is definitely what is going to happen, especially since they said the game is a little over 20% complete, but it's still scheduled for an early 2018 release.
Right.
There's no way they're going to be able to throw in a whole bunch of characters.
Yeah, I was about to say that there isn't going to be that many then. Animating like that takes time.
Yeah.
But they'll have DLC and packs and stuff.
Yeah, there's eventually going to be a massive roster, I feel, but I feel like we're going to have like a year until it's completely complete after it's released.
But then they're going to do a super and then an ultra.
But
hey,
the only
Arc System Work does it with Guilty Gear, so in Blaze Blue, so and they made this one, so
yeah.
Good point.
So there's some standings that we can get into because we got a few moments here. We're about 3 minutes in. So the championship series, there's results of 256 here. So first place winner, and I believe this is for Street Fighter, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this must be Street Fighter here. First place in Street Fighter went to Echo Fox Tokido, and he used Akuma and registered with 1,000 points. Second went to a gentleman named PG, could be a woman, who knows, Punk, and they used Karen/Nash with 700 points. So I mean, the top. Actually, there's quite a discrepancy between the person in the top, even going down to like 9th place. So second place got 700 points. Third place, we're looking at 500 points. That was the GGP. Fourth place is 400 points. Someone that used Zangief, and that was DNG GGP. Third place used Cammy. And then fifth place goes down to 320 points. And there's 2 people tied there. There's a Moke, and then there's a Liquid Knuckle Dew. Seventh place is 250 points. Ninth goes down to 200 points. And then everything else is in the hundreds. No, we're going low. We're getting people down in the 10s, 5s, and single digits. But that's going all the way down to like 193rd. And there's about, I'd probably say, like 30-something people that are tied for 193rd with 1 point. So it was a fierce competition. The person
I also heard too. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say the person on top definitely put in work and deserves that spot. But congratulations, Echo Fox.
Yeah, and what I wanted to say too is, my review of ARMS, I was saying I wouldn't be surprised if they start incorporating it into EVO and competitions like that, just because of all this the hidden strategy that's in there. And yeah, it actually, but I kind of don't like it, and I'll tell you why. They're dropping Smash Brothers from EVO next year,
and it's both of them.
Yes, I think it's the Wii U version. I'm not sure if they're getting rid of the other one, but
so they're keeping Melee. They're wow. Okay, so
that's weird.
They're going to be running.
Are you seeing that too?
Yeah, because Melee, they were competing Melee and Wii U.
Yeah, they were, but I mean, it's a bit weird that they have both of them on there, but they're getting rid of both of them. Well, that's sad.
Yeah, that's very sad.
Dropping both, Corey?
Yep.
I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that more. But they had both of them this year, so I could see them.
I know the Wii U one's gone.
I would see them dropping Melee before Wii U. Are they got that much love for the Ice Climbers, man?
Yeah, it's just the way Melee plays. Generally, the hardcore fans love that a lot more. Like, I know people who will not play the Wii U one at all because of the gameplay for Melee.
Never really understood why so many people were so into Melee. Like, it's nice, but so is the Wii U one.
Well, I can set you up with Ricky. He can break it down for you because he will go on a tangent about it.
All right, so we actually successfully made it through that mission. It looks like caught up with the Ice Climbers a little bit, but it's all right. Actually, I was never really a fan of the Ice Climbers. That's why I'm appalled that they're getting rid of the Wii U version. If they keep Melee over the Wii U version, I don't know what they're doing. But hey, it is what it is. There should honestly be a Switch version, but I might be asking for too much. But let's go ahead and move on to our second mission here, and that is the agent's requested mission. And that is the live review. And like I said a little bit earlier, I will be taking the live review slot here. And I'm going to be doing a live review of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. But I thoroughly enjoyed this game. So, I mean, I'm not even distraught about this. I think this is going to be fun. If you guys have any input as well, I'm not sure if you guys have played Xenoverse 2. or if you have questions, you can, interject some of those as well. But we'll keep this going for the 10 minutes. Don't worry, guys. We should be okay, because I spent a lot of hours on the Xenoverse 2. So enough rambling. Let's go ahead and get on to the second mission. Mission starts now. Alright, so Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Definitely enjoyed this title personally. This is the second installment of Dragon Ball Xenoverse titles. So basically what this is all about, you as an individual, you get to select your race. Male or female, you can be a Saiyan, you can be a human, you can be a Namekian, you can be a Frieza race, you can be a Majin. Whatever you decide to be, you can decide if you like balanced combat, close combat, whatever it may be. You are your character, okay? Now you take your character into this world as a time patroller. What the time patrollers do, they are here to make sure time stays intact, right? So there's these evil sorcerers, Mira. She is going between time. She comes back, of course, from the first installment of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and she is here to continue to create ripples in time by affecting Bardock and a bunch of other people. I'm not going to spoil too much because I want you guys to play this game because it's amazing. So basically your whole objective is to fix time that is being altered by Mira in this strange power source that is manipulating people into changing the timeline, which could eventually, cause complete havoc in the world, or whatever it may be. You can't mess with time. Time needs to stay the same. If you watch The Flash or any kind of time travel show, Doctor Who, whatever it may be, you already get the concept. So it's awesome because, of course, everybody always wanted to be their own character in the Dragon Ball universe, right? So this is complete online Dragon Ball game. You can be a Saiyan, you can become Super Saiyan, you level up to become stronger, you select which kind of stats you like, you get to customize your move set, you get to train under all of the different fighters in Dragon Ball, all of the different characters, all of the different masters, and it's dope. There's so many more clothes in this to customize your character than there was in the first original Xenoverse game. There's more moves. Turning Super Saiyan is a lot easier, I would say. You still have to learn how to turn Super Saiyan. You actually learn how to turn Super Saiyan from Vegeta, not Dragon Ball Super there, for you guys that watch Dragon Ball Super. But Vegeta teaches you how to turn Super Saiyan, and as you progress and get stronger, you unlock higher levels of Super Saiyan, all the way up to Super Saiyan 3, long mane, super dope. You see Goku on the screen, Dragon Ball Super Saiyan 3 there. So, story mode, of course, it's fun. One downfall I will say, if you play Dragon Ball Xenoverse, the first one, a lot of the missions are kind of rehashes from the first game because, they're taking from one part or, a giant chunk of Dragon Ball that we've seen in games over and over again. So it gets kind of repetitive and it seems kind of easy at first. Honestly, when you're going through some of like the parallel quests, things like that. Now the main story it's different. It's difficult, of course. It gets harder as you progress through the story, but the parallel quests, those seem to be rehashes of the same parallel quests from Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now they're good missions when you're trying to level up your character, but they do get repetitive, and at times it's like, man, I feel like I've played this already. But other than that, I do like the addition throughout time. Like I said, I have the DLC. Throughout time, I've actually expanded on the game, and the DLC actually goes into Dragon Ball Super, things that we have not seen or things that we have just seen that have recently come out in a Japanese dub. There's no real English dub of Dragon Ball Super except for the first season, and that's just basically scratching the surface of Resurrection F, which we've seen in the first Xenoverse and everyone here in the States has seen. But fortunately, with the DLC of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, we get into the Universal Universe tournament between Universe 6 and Universe 7, which is super cool. We get more characters from that. They add Hit, they add Champa, the God of Destruction, Beerus' twin brother. They add, who else do they add? They add Frost. They add Kaba, who can go Super Saiyan himself, which is super cool. And then not only do they have that, but they also give you the Goku Black saga, right? So now there's DLC for Goku Black, so you get Goku Black, you get Zamasu, you get Future Trunks with the light blue hair, not Future Trunks with the purple hair, completely different dude. And it's you get merged Zamasu, and then you also get storylines for all of this. So it expands on the main storyline as well as the parallel quests. You do the parallel quests to get the gear, so you can get like Goku Black's gear, Zamasu's gear, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeto's gear, all of that from competing in the parallel quests. But this DLC, honestly, the DLC in my opinion was the icing on the cake because, like I said, earlier in the game, it seemed kind of easy, right? All of these repetitive things, they seem kind of easy. Sagas that we've played time and time again. Now, these new sagas, these DLC, these are tough. Like, honestly, I have my character maxed out, and I'm still having difficulties with the DLC. I still haven't completely beat them all, just because this Merge Zamasu mission, this storyline with it, this arc that you get is super tough. I mean, you're combating a god, and it actually feels like it when you're playing the game. Like I said, I still haven't completed it, even though, I mean, I've got tons of playthroughs through it. That's actually what I'm currently working on, trying to just beat this, but it's super tough. You actually have to go out. There's different things, different side missions that you can do that actually expanded on Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. So you have to actually protect, like, you have to protect the supreme god of the Namekians. You have to go there and you have to do like quests where you collect Dragon Balls and you fend off people to defend Namek. And then by doing that, you can level up. It helps you expand your level to 10 more levels. So then you can actually do like the missions against Zamasu and things like that, because it recommends level 90, but without doing the extra parallel quests, your max level is level 80. So it makes things very difficult. But it gets you to play the entire game, not just certain missions, just the story, only playing online competitions. Before I run out of time, let me get into the online, because I haven't really talked much about that. And I know this is kind of a jumbled review, but we're here, we're doing it live, it's all good. Online, you better be ready. If you think you're good just because you played parallel quests, it doesn't matter if you played every single parallel quest and you got an S on every single one of them. You will get that ass whooped online in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Like no other. You will get whooped. Not only can you potentially get jumped if you're just jumping into random rooms, there's some people, just because how they made their characters, they can give it to you. You'll run into people that are really strong and really fast. You'll run into people that have so much ki, they literally can just blow you out of blow you away with one super move. It's you got to be careful when you're out here. They have the world tournament. That is no joke either. Literally, when you're playing online, this is like, it's like the tournament of power, the universal tournament. You're playing against the best in the universe. Now, sometimes there's bums that you can just scrape, but a lot of the time there are people that are putting in work with their custom design characters, with their moves equipped how they would like them, and they'll surprise you, man. So I recommend everybody, if you haven't checked it out, most definitely check it out. Not only if you buy the DLC, not only do you have to buy DLC, but you also get free DLC that's a part of the game. Every time they release paid DLC, they also release unpaid DLC with it as well, so it helps keep moving everything along. Like I said, there's Goku Black, Future Trunks in the game. It's it's dope. The only other thing I could really ask for was the ability to go Super Saiyan Blue. Maybe we'll see that in Xenoverse 3, if there is a Xenoverse 3. I definitely wish they would expand on the DLC. I know they're bringing it over to the Switch now as well, which is going to expand the life. Maybe we'll see some Tournament of Power DLC, which would be really, really dope. I'd love to see all the new characters that they have from all of these different universes enter the game as well. Just because, like I said, the customization of the game, you can even get the Majin symbol, you can get a tail now from the DLC. It's super cool. It's a fun game. I recommend everybody out there check it out. And I just somehow talked for 10 minutes about Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Yeah.
What's that score though?
That score, the score. Honestly, I'm going to give that score 4 out of 5 MFs. Like I said, at times it seemed like it could be kind of like a rehash, especially a lot of those parallel quests. But I mean, saying it again, those quests are fun. That's the Dragon Ball we know, and you couldn't just like make up stuff for Dragon Ball because fanboys would be mad about that and say that's not canon. So, they do what they can. And they make twists and turns, with time. The whole time scheme, I think, is what has them. That's what keeps it fresh, because what if something happened? Like, say, what if Goku actually killed Raditz? Or what if Raditz killed Goku? Things like that happen in the game, and it keeps it fresh. And the DLC, man, like I said, I'm loving it. And you only had to pay for it once. It was like $20 or $30 or something like that. It wasn't bad, so definitely think it's worth it. 4 MFs.
Not bad.
Excellent work.
Ooh, all right. Well, with that said, we only have one mission left, and yes, that is Mission 3, the name of the show. Go figure.
Oh, snap.
So meta. So let's go ahead. We'll get into today's final mission. I think we're on a roll. I mean, we've been pretty successful with the first 2 missions, I would say. I can't really be the judge of the second mission because I talked that entire time, and
I hated it.
It was awful.
Boo this man.
It was good, man. You got me wanting to play that DLC.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's definitely worth it. I enjoy the game. Like I said, I'm still playing it. And it's about to be on the Switch. Imagine walking around, playing online, getting whooped by people, on the bus or whatever it may, what I'm saying, down by the lake or whatever it is. So
I'll let you know how it is, pimp.
Ooh, if I can find a Switch. I can find a Switch. Nintendo. Y'all about to release Super Nintendos, and I still ain't got no Switch, man. That's what.
Ain't that a big? They out here selling other systems. They can't even get the one they want. Like, damn.
Oh man. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get into this final mission, guys. We are going to be getting into D23, and there's a lot to talk about. So, Haggy, you ready, bro?
I guess so.
All right, D23 mission starts now.
Right on. A lot of stuff happened at D23. Primarily, though, I was looking into movie things that are going to be going on and game things that are going to be going on. Since you guys are really excited about a certain game they announced, I'll go ahead and go through the movies first, if that's cool with you.
Have at it.
All right. Well, they're doing a lot of new. They're doing a lot of new live action sort of stuff. It's like Lion King and a whole host of other movies are going to be coming out that are just remade live action, and I don't know. A lot of these films I think are just ploys to get more money. I mean, let's face it, they're going to get more money. But I mean,
Aren't you going?
Nah, man, I'm not into that Disney.
You hating?
I'm not hating. I just don't. It feels dirty.
It is dirty. I agree.
It feels like I'm watching something that was made with blood money. It scares me.
Just to interject real quick, Disney, the era of Disney, like, because literally, like, maybe, what was that, Little Mermaid came out when was that, like 1993 or 1994 or something. Please don't come for me on the internet because I don't know when Little Mermaid came out. I apologize.
That'd be great.
The time before, like, the Little Mermaid was complete trash. And then they had like a run of like these awesome Disney movies that they basically stole their ideas from from anime and a bunch of other stuff. And that Lion King, that was completely just robbed frame by frame pretty much. But they had this like golden era, and then everything after that except for Frozen is kind of horse crap now, So now they're like, okay, well, we can't really come up with original content. Pixar doesn't really want to mess with us like that. So, I mean, we still own them, but they're on their whole different lane. How can we have the Disney name come back? They're like, well, we can't write, so let's just remake all the old stuff that worked in our golden era that was 15 years ago, and just remake that in 4K, Ultra HD, CG, lions and stuff. So I think Disney, they just have all the money in the world, and it is blood money, basically, just to agree with you, Haggy.
But other movies that I'm kind of interested that they're doing, and because I am a shameless fanboy at times, Star Wars is coming back. Got some new looks at that. I'm totally pumped for that.
Yeah, they didn't show you too much, but they showed you enough. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't spoil anything, but it's just like letting you know, keep this in your mind. It's coming out.
They gave us our fix, so we would come back for more. Yeah, that's essentially what they've done.
Nice seeing Carrie Fisher smiling and stuff in the footage. It was nice to see her again.
I didn't cry at all. And the other stuff we got going on is Avengers Infinity War.
Woo!
Which, ever since I heard about that, I was stoked for just for the sheer scale of it.
My goodness, man.
I mean, how many people did they actually have on stage that were just actors in this movie?
They brought out everybody, man. That was a good look, man. People are hyped. And then they brought out
Josh Brolin. Yeah, he had like the statues behind him, right, of like his followers.
Yep.
So there's gonna be a lot of fighting and a lot of death too. There's gonna be a lot of people dying in this movie.
Oh yeah, there's so many actors because some of them are going to be filler. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Who's going to die first?
War Machine's first. War Machine.
Yeah.
I think he'll be second.
Yeah, they've been trying to kill Don Cheadle off for a while.
Yeah, that's a long time. Let's say finally it's time.
They just can't get it.
But that's why I'm saying he's probably not first. They've already tried killing him. He's still going.
That's true.
But they're giving us Black Panther, so they need to get Cheadle out of here.
We
gotta balance this out. Get Don Cheadle out of here. He was in Hotel Rwanda.
Oh yeah, I like that movie.
It was.
Not what was in it, but it was a nice movie. And finally, ending the movie topic, I was quite interested to see that Incredibles 2 is apparently in production.
Oh, yeah. Man. I enjoyed that one so much. The first one.
Yeah, the first one was great, but yeah. But I'm just confused. I mean, they kind of wrapped up the first one pretty nicely. Don't really know where they're going to take it from here.
Well, they left it open for a sequel at the end.
So
but
what I heard was this takes place a minute after the first one, so it's literally like a continuation, cool. I guess. So
they had to recast Dash because obviously that kid who was playing Dash is old now, so they had to. But everybody else is returning, so I was like, I was happy about that.
Well, right on.
Yeah.
As far as games are concerned, there's plenty to talk about, but did any of you guys want to go over anything first?
Well, I'm more excited. I think Kingdom Hearts is pretty cool, but Mo is that guy that was just so happy to hear because he just wanted to know when any kind of time frame that this was coming out. And I told him it ain't coming out this year, so you can forget about that. I said, get that out of your mind. I told him that, so I prepped him for that. But coming out 2018. But the world that they went into was the world of Toy Story, and I thought that was really neat, though, to see Sora and Goofy and Donald in toy form. and seeing them interact. Do you think they're gonna get? There's a trailer I saw. It was in Japanese. Are they gonna get Tim Allen and Tom Hanks? You think?
Ooh, that's a
Because that would be real cool.
that would be kind of cool. I don't think Tom Hanks or Tim Allen would care though. Maybe Tim Allen, but Tom Hanks is just chilling at this point, I think.
But it's Kingdom Hearts. I'm sure they have the money to cut the check. I mean, how many HD remix 2.7s they released? I'm sure they could pay these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, Corey, how do you feel about Kingdom Hearts, man?
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a horrible game. I'm not gonna say it's a great game. I'm not like a huge Disney guy like that. So I never was like really into it, you know? Like I played the game, but I've never beat the game. Maybe I should retry it. I don't know. I don't know, man. I always looked at the game and I was like, all right, so is Cloud in this game? If Cloud's not in this game, then I don't care. Oh, Cloud's in this? All right, let's play it for a little bit. All right,
there you go.
Cloud was there? All right, cool. I'm done. That's my relationship with Kingdom Hearts. Just to be real. And I know people are going to hate me for that, but it is what it is, because I really want to see that Final Fantasy VII remake. That's what I care about.
But that ain't the discussion, and you're never going to see it, so don't worry about it.
The same person that's working on Kingdom Hearts 3 is the dude that's working on Final Fantasy VII remake. So it's coming. I know it's coming. He said it makes him, it made him his life blissful because they're so similar. So that's what I really care about. Kingdom Hearts 3, it's dope. I think Keyblades do look cool. I like that they can, put Disney characters into an RPG and mash it up.
They level up too. The blades level up.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is cool. I definitely, I think that's dope. And I'm glad that they put Goofy and Donald because those are my personal favorite Disney characters. F. Mickey Mouse. He's let's not get into my feelings with Mickey Mouse. But yeah. So I mean, from that aspect, yeah, I think it's cool. I just never really cared that much, man. I'm more concerned about that Spider-Man, honestly.
Yeah, that Spider-Man, bro. It was cool to see just how much Insomniac is really dedicating themselves to making this a good Spider-Man game. The man said that they want to make this the ultimate Spider-Man experience for everybody. I mean, you could see it in their face, like they just want this to be right. I can tell, man. I can tell. I love that passion. When people are really invested in the game, that passion just oozes through. Like that fella who, when they revealed the Rayman, the Rabbids, the Mario crossover with Rabbids, and they revealed that, and you saw that man, the reactions to the game, that man was in tears because he put so much into that, and people was appreciating it. And so I got that same kind of vibe with the Spider-Man game, the same type of effort. And man, yeah, I look forward to it. I look forward to that villain, Negative Man, that he's going to be facing off with. I don't know if he's going to be the villain of this game, but looks like he's going to have a pretty decent sized role. And I believe that his good side is a side that is working with Peter's Aunt May. So that is going to be some interesting stuff to juggle in this video game.
I just hope Karen shows up.
One last thing to go over about as far as games concerned, though. Didn't they cover Battlefront 2 while they were there? And the upcoming one, not the one from 2005, that were made by completely different people. Because they decided to name it the exact same thing for some reason.
Get that paper.
Do I hear an alarm?
You hear the constellation.
I mean, honestly, man, we talked about Battlefront so much around E3, so it's still in my top 10 of games this year. I want to play it. That's all I can say. Darth Maul, cutting heads.
Yeah.
Well, I was more excited that apparently they revealed that if there's going to be a story mode, it was going to be an Imperial-based one.
That would be kind of cool.
And
Darth Maul, though.
Darth Maul makes another return.
Darth Maul, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised they killed off Darth Maul when people love him so much. No, his story's dead. Poor Darth Maul. But at least he's showing up in the game, because that looks actually really fun. Hopping around, dual saber, hopping, forcing people. Should be cool. That's what the first that's what the first one should have been like. But we learned from our mistakes. No Man's Sky. Isn't that right?
Well, that.
I'm sorry. It's shots night, right? It's shots night. But I mean, I'm gonna say we successfully made it through tonight's missions. What do you guys think?
I think so, man. I think it was a good night. A lot of exciting stuff, and I was already a very happy man walking out of E3, and this is just icing on the cake. It's the cherries, it's the sprinkles. I mean, it's the vanilla flavor, the chocolate, all that. It's just extra on top of just all the gaming announcements and entertainment announcements I'm already looking forward to. Man, I'm a big fighting game buff, and it's cool to not only see fantastic fights from EVO, but to also get more content reveals and new franchises revealed at EVO. That's cool, man. For me, awesome. Awesome time, y'all.
Yes, sir. And Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, if you guys have not played that, make sure you check that out. Because clearly I could talk 10 minutes about it, and I honestly could have kept going, but I don't want to waste too much time. So check that game out. It's worth even paying for the DLC. Like I said, they give you free DLC as well. But it's worth paying for the season pass. You can probably get it discounted by now too. If not, wait a couple weeks. I'm sure it'll come up discounted online. But yeah, check that out. And of course, super cool stuff from Disney. They have all the money in the world. They own all of the most amazing properties. They're pimping out all their old stories that they stole from people. Hey, get it how you live, Disney. I'm not mad at you. This is America. That's how you're supposed to do it. Get it how you live. I definitely will try Kingdom Hearts 3 when it comes out. Someone send me a download code for HD Remix 6.8.9, and I will give that a try as well. Yeah, that's shots.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, oh, he's just going off tonight. Just letting it go.
Dude, you know why, man? I walked into work today and they were like, you got to go to Milwaukee for a training. I'm like, what? Yeah, and you don't even know where Milwaukee is. It's some random Wisconsin place an hour and a half away from my job to go train somewhere and listen to someone for 2 hours. And then they gave somebody a free iPhone 7, and it wasn't me. And I watched them toss it past my face. So that's why. You should have grabbed it. Shots at Kingdom Hearts. It's like, oh, I thought she was just tossing it up for everybody. Not the guy that answered the question. Not the guy that volunteered. But yeah, that's, hey, it is what it is. It's one of those nights. A lot of cool stuff happened. There was just a fighting game championship this weekend, so why can't I be a little feisty? I've been watching these Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather previews.
So funny, man.
I'm just gassed up, man. I'm just gassed up. But make sure you guys check out playlegit.net. Like I said, we got that smooth new look up on the site there. Look at that Ultra HD, just popping that logo. Make sure you go show us some love. Leave some comments down below on the site. Let us know what's going on with you guys. Share with your friends. Share with your family. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at PlayLegit, at Mission 3 Podcast. That's at the number 3. At Mission, the number 3 Podcast on Twitter. Follow us. Tweet at us. Every week we have the agent requested mission. Next week we'll have it up. For next week's show, we'll have it up fairly soon in the next couple of days. Follow us. Be looking out for that poll. Vote in the poll, ladies and gentlemen. Vote in the dang poll. If you watch the show, vote in the poll. If not, vote in the poll.
Vote anyway.
Either way, vote in the poll. Even if you don't care. Even if you don't care about the missions, just pick something random because it'll help us out here. But we definitely appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. You can follow me at Corey Elijah on Twitter or on Facebook or whatever, all that stuff. Instagram, it's all just Corey Elijah, and it's spelled kind of different, so I'm not going to tell you how to spell it, but you can look it up and you can find me. And yeah, follow KJ at PlayLegit. Follow Haggy at Derek Haggy on Facebook. And did you get a Twitter yet, Haggy?
Still working on it.
Still working on it. I promise you, one of these says, "Yep, we're gonna put it on WhiteHouse.gov. Petition to force Derek Haggy to start a Twitter page so people that listen to our podcast."
Before we close out here, shout out to Nessie005. He's running the stream for us on the Facebook fan page. So shout out to him. We appreciate you over there, brother. And just everybody who has been watching tonight, all y'all, get it how you live, like Corey was saying.
You already know. And you don't have to have a keyblade if you don't want one, all right? Just so you guys know.
Yeah, I always thought those things were a bit weird.
You don't have to have a keyblade. You can.
Sorry,
You can, but you don't have to have a keyblade. You could just go get a Buster Sword, you know? You can just do that thing. Because Final Fantasy VII is better. I'm out.
Have a good night. Have a good night, y'all.
Take care.